That's why I didn't think people could understand the convoluted universe theories because they were full of such complicated concepts. But people said they don't care, they don't know, they don't understand it, they makes them ask questions. So that's where it just keeps going in that direction. There are times I wish we could go back to the simpler days when it was the history that I was working on. I've got tons of information that will be books down the line on history the way it really was. That's a book further on. I love that, but they keep going into these other directions, and I have to follow where it is. I'm working on convoluted 4 now. People keep saying, you got enough information. It pours out of people. I have enough information for 3 more books. That's the problem. It's too much. So I'm trying to decide to compartmentalize it. Is it going to go in this book or that book? But there is enough for convoluted 4, and there's more concepts that we haven't even approached. Some of them I'll be talking about tonight, but it just keeps expanding and expanding and expanding. So there's other information coming through on other topics that I think will have to be a separate book. So it's all getting there. Everybody keeps saying, when's convoluted 4 coming out? Well, it's still in my computer right now. And then I'm still having sessions, and more it keeps coming. Okay. And I'm hoping you understand how I get this.
We let these skeptics try California psychics.
My father taught me that if you're honest, treat people right, and outwork your competition, you'll never have to brag on yourself. Others will do it for you.
What if you could help others to find the power to heal themselves? Physically, emotionally, and spiritually.
When I started teaching my classes, it was in 2002, and I was just doing the past life regressions and contacting the subconscious part. But then as the time went on and we found how powerful this was and what we could do with it, a lot of the students began saying, you know, advanced past life regression doesn't really tell reality. First, you got to know what you want. That's the hard part. A lot of them don't know what they want. But then they say, well, I got to figure out how I'm going to get that, step by step by step. That's not how you create your reality. You know what you want. Put it in their hands. They make it happen in ways you could never imagine. If you're saying I have to do this and this and this to make it accomplish it, you are limiting them. This is the only way it can happen. They'll do it in ways you would never ever believe or never could have imagined. And this is happening to us constantly now, all the time. And we're growing by leaps and bounds, and now the university is happening. I just let them do it.
We don't know how it's going to happen. Have no godly idea how. I'm telling you, we do not. People keep saying, when are you going to break ground? When's it? We do not know. We don't. It's whenever it's determined to happen. And that's okay. It's okay to not know.
If you have faith, then you have to believe. That's what it's all about.
I can go head-to-head with Donald Trump on the economy and expose him for what he is, a fraud and a failure.
Or is that a loaded question?
This is difficult because all I hear is a lot of reverberated sounds. Go ahead.
Well, that's a matter of interpretation. It's how you're interpreting that. Okay? Okay. Anyway, she's goodness. Okay.
See, she gets answers too, so she's good at this.
Anyway, her question is about the shifting again, New Earth, and those. Okay, everybody's ascending if they choose to do that, and but she's a second wave. She knows this. She energetically, she knows all of this. But
You're an observer.
Okay.
You're here to just generate energy.
Right, and she knows she's here to help, but she keeps feeling like she's supposed to stay and help, and so she's. But see, it's interpreting your.
But you are. You're over.
But does the scenario happen all over again? Do people volunteer to come down and help the old Earth arise?
This is a one-time thing.
This is it. It's all over after this?
No, until the Earth decides to go into another dimension. I mean, this is it. This is the first time this has ever happened. This
What happened in the history of the universe?
And
so the Earth is reincarnating. The Earth itself is a living being. It's reincarnating into another life form. So it's only going to happen once in how many millions and millions of years?
Yeah, I really liked, I think I saw Sherry walk in a while ago. I really liked how she put it. And because this is how I always felt. It was, the Earth is going to do this with or without us. You know, this is on the Earth's life plan to shift and ascend and do these things. It's our choice if we want to go with it, if we want to have the experience with her. And if we're going to do that, then we had to change our vibration to be able to move with her. So that's where all these things come into place, and we have to do things. That's where the volunteers were called in, was to help humanity, not Earth. She was going to do it with or without us.
Yeah, and I might not even be using the
because they said Earth is going to do it, and she would just be happy if human beings didn't go at all.
So the people that
they said we're like fleas on a dog. Because look what we've done to the Earth. So she would just be happy if no human beings went at all. So, but if we want to go, that's why we have to change our vibrations and go with it. But it's definitely, it's time for it to move and change its vibration. So we can't stop it. So we want to go along. We just have to change too.
Okay, I don't know if this is your question, but what I'm getting is that once this is done, then you get to make the choice whether you stay or not.
Yeah, and I guess
because the volunteers are just here. The volunteers are just here to provide the energy to help with all of this. And a lot of them don't want to stay. They want to just go do one-time thing and then get out of here. They want to go back where they came from. So if you're here to do your job, you just do it, you know. But it's a very important time in history.